Hey guys, in today's video we have yet another pre-farming guide for another confirmed 5-star character, and in this one it's Sigewinne, the 5-star Hydro Bow user, which is going to be available in version 4.7. And in case if you missed my last video, I've also uploaded a video covering the other character of 4.7, which is Coronet, and her materials as well. And once again I will be putting timestamps in the video for her Ascension, talent and weapon materials, so you can have a better time watching and understanding the video. So let's get into it. Starting off with our Ascension materials, as usual, you'll need these lazurite materials that you can obtain by fighting Hydro-based bosses such as Hydro Hypostasis, Oceanite, and the names that I will put on the screen, including some of the weekly bosses as well. And then you'll also need 420k Mora and 419 Heroes Wit to level her all the way to 90. Now when it comes to the specialty area material, you'll have to farm 168 Maritime Flower by using the Genshin interactive map website, or simply by exploring in Fontaine, as you can find a lot of them around the core of Fontaine area, although they're spread out all over the Fontaine map, so using the Genshin interactive map website is highly suggested to make things easier. And 120 of them spawn at once, and it takes 2 days for them to respawn, although if you join another player's world, preferably your friend's world, you can pretty much collect enough of them in one session in one day. And then you'll also need these amounts of transoceanic materials that you can see on the screen, and all you have to do to easily farm them is to track down Fontamer Aberrant from your Adventurer's Handbook, which is always a good way of doing it. And lastly, for her Ascension, you need 46 boss materials called Water that Failed to Transcend, which can be obtained by defeating the Hydro Tulpa boss in Fontaine, so it should be quite easy to deal with that boss if you have a proper team, because it's not gonna give you that much of a hard time, even if you're a newer player. Now let's move on to her talent level up materials. Once again, you'll need transoceanic materials, and this time these amounts that you can see on the screen, and you can once again track down Fontamer Aberrant from your Adventurer's Handbook and pretty much farm it all at once for both her Ascension and talents. And when it comes to the talent books, you need these books of Equity, as you can see on the screen, and it can be farmed in Pale Forgotten Glory domain on Mondays, Thursdays and Sundays. And as always, if you want to level all 3 of her talents to level 10, you need 3 crowns of insight and of course 4.9 million Mora, which is always really expensive, especially if you're a new player. And now lastly, when it comes to her talent upgrades, you need 18 lightless silk string that is obtained by fighting the weekly boss called All Devouring Narwhal. And with that, you're pretty much set to level all 3 of her talents to level 10 and ascend her all the way to level 90. But now let's talk about her signature weapon material. As you can see the weapon on the screen and the stats as well, it seems to be a good weapon for her, and I'm not sure if it's going to be necessary for this character, but if you're pulling for this weapon, might as well know what you can pre-farm and save up for that weapon in order to fully level it and use it as well. Starting off with 225k Mora that you're going to need, and then these do drop materials that can be farmed from Echoes of the Deep Tides domain on Tuesdays, Fridays and Sundays. And then you'll need these amounts of feathery fin materials, which you can collect by tracking down Sigewinne Beast in your Adventurer's Handbook and fight them to obtain it. And yes, you guessed it, once again you need transoceanic materials, and yet again you have to track down Fontamer Aberrant in your Adventurer's Handbook to collect them, which pretty much means if you want Sigewinne and her signature weapon, you have to collect transoceanic materials for a good while before you're done, so it's gonna take a while. And so this is pretty much everything that you need to collect for Sigewinne, and thankfully for both Coronet and Sigewinne, you can pre-farm everything in version 4.6, which is always great to hear. And if you enjoyed and found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this and much more, so stay tuned to not miss out on my future videos. Also check out my previous video about Coronet and her materials, and also check out my other video about banners of 4.7 up to 5.0, which I'm also doing a Welcome Moon giveaway in that video as well, so I would highly suggest go and participate in the Welcome Moon giveaway. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. Now wishing everyone good luck when pulling for your favorite characters, have a good day or night, and peace.